Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a twin flame reading. So this is a twin flame energy updates for the global twin flame collective. So we are going to be channeling messages about both the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. And many of us who connect here on this channel will naturally resonate with these energies as manifestations, manifested interactions, conversations, situations with a physically incarnated twin flame counterparts, because most who do connect here on this channel are on some type of twin flame journey. However, regardless of whether you are on a twin flame journey or not, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So if you found your way to this video, it's for a reason, and I do feel there is some message here potentially for you. Now, as I always say, be sure to only take what connects with you personally. I'm getting that the number 47 might be significant to someone. Something stuck, breaking free, with all tied up in the midway position. It's really interesting this card is coming out right away, because this card has come out very frequently in our recent reading videos. Because in the past, of course, there's really no past, present, future, energetically speaking. It's all happening here and now. But in the past, by Earth standards, Earth years, many of us as twin flames experienced a very stagnant, very stuck energy. I'm hearing stagnant, but in a loop. So for many of us, there was a situation energetically between ourselves and our twin flame over potentially the course of the last few months, few years. For some, this could be even longer, stemming up to a few decades and so on. But regardless, there is this sense that in the past, cycles were stagnant, meaning there was movements, but the same movements over and over again, the same cycles replaying themselves, leading to feelings of frustration that for many led to one counterparts in this cycle saying, I'm done. I just hear that word done coming out for someone. I'm breaking free of the cycle. And so for many twin flame counterparts, again, take this as it connects. This won't be for everyone. We are on different waves as twin flames. I could speak more on twin flame waves in future videos. But needless to say, there are different waves, different timelines, different trajectories, and all of these serve a purpose. There's actually a reason that we as twin flames do experience these variations on a theme when it comes to the physical landscape and orientation of our manifested connections to our twins, because this actually works to ground more of that very high vibrational energy, to seed the light, so to speak, in different ways, times, places, spaces, geographically, and within the collective. So this is the most random message to be coming through right at the beginning, but I'm just getting this message. Someone needs to know, and I do feel it's going to be a divine feminine that needs to know this. You need to know that you are planted where you are for a purpose. You are planted in this physical location, in this physical body, within this particular family, community. And if you are on a twin flame path, you were even planted in these specific circumstances with your twin flame physical counterpart for a reason. Nothing is going wrong. And in fact, that feeling of something here must be going off track, or I or this person must have done something wrong, that's all coming from the judgments that your ego is overlaying on a very spiritual, divine connection and unfolding experience that the human part of ourselves doesn't fully comprehend or understand. If that is you, Divine Feminine, and you're connecting with this message, I do want to quickly veer off in this direction and pull a Starseed Oracle card for you also. Just because I feel for whoever this is for, you really need some message of encouragement or guidance at this time. So what does this Divine Feminine Spirit Guides want her to know? And of course, a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. In fact, for you specifically, Divine Feminine, I'm getting you might be having some middle to upper back tension or sensations associated with the fact that you are on this journey of holding your hearts open, walking around with an open heart into environments, into even frequential environments of sound, frequency, conversation that are very low vibrational, that come from a space of fear. You are surrounded at times by people, by frequencies, by situations that are very closed-hearted. And I just see you at this energetic level, at the soul level, struggling so hard, like pushing against a door, trying to keep it open. And that door represents the door to your hearts. You are striving to live open-hearted in environments where it is very difficult at times to do so. That is not an easy feat, but it's also something that is an integral part of your soul mission here, something of immense value, more value and of greater impact than you consciously realize all the time. In fact, this is how you are playing a spiritual role, a divine role, in bringing those higher vibrational frequencies, bringing that reality of the fifth dimension onto the 3D plane, merging that higher self experience, that higher level experience with the more earthly frequency, with something that's more grounded. It's difficult to even find the words to really vocalize or verbalize this message from your guides, but I'm hoping that I've talked enough around the point here that you're able to receive the message energetically that your spirit guides want you to know at this time. So while we're talking to you, Divine Feminine, let's go ahead and read a little bit into your energy. By the way, just as I always do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, these 3 main weekly readings do have extended versions of the reading where we go more in depth on whatever points that seem meaningful come up in the reading, and also touch on a few unique elements of the reading as well. So I will let you know throughout this video whenever we are discussing something that we are going to go more in depth with in the extended. But all of these extended readings are available in our Patreon Soul Tribe community. So when you sign up for our Patreon page, you do get access to 3 additional extended reading videos per week, channeled on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the link to that extended reading is in the pinned comments and description box. And I'm also bringing this up now because I feel that Divine Feminine, your spirit guides are, the word I'm getting is surrounding you, protecting you, very much present with you at this time. And I'm hearing the word spacey, detached. If at times, Divine Feminine, you find yourself randomly feeling a bit zoned out, a bit spacey, a bit detached, this may actually be because, and this is, I don't even have the time to get into this here now in this reading. I don't want to derail us too much, but I know some of you have been receiving this as well, this knowledge, this download, this information. So I do want to touch on this, but what you need to know in those moments, you feel spacey, you feel tuned out from the physical world, you feel distracted, Divine Feminine. In some cosmic sense, it's because you could think of yourself as almost being a part-time spirit guide yourself, which I know sounds really strange, but what I mean is you are unconsciously impacting other people, even strangers, beyond what you even understand. You might experience this in dreams, even dreams you don't remember, because you are projecting your consciousness out into the collective and doing this healing work, this shifting work on the collective through these dream experiences. Again, even unconscious dreams. Sometimes when you wake up and you feel as though you haven't been sleeping or you feel unusually tired, this is because your consciousness has been sent out and you've been very busy through the nights doing this kind of, again, unconscious spiritual work within the collective that your conscious self may not even be fully aware of. And so in those moments you feel detached, you feel like you're zoning out in the middle of a conversation. It's not that you're incapable of connecting in the physical world. It's that you are like someone who is working 2 full-time jobs, the full-time job of being human, of trying to work to sustain yourself in this physical world, to interact in the ways you need to physically, but at the same time, you're working this separate full-time job, so to speak, of being in the higher realms, of unconsciously assisting, supporting, shifting other people, especially those within your soul family, both those that you know personally and some that, in fact, many that you haven't even met yet. But beyond that, so much of this unconscious spiritual work is happening even on strangers. You are such a powerful force for good on this planet, such a force of light and love beyond what your conscious mind can imagine. So with that being said, be really cautious of the judgments that your human mind, your ego mind, places on what it would label as negative emotions, feeling a bit tired, feeling a bit drained, feeling zoned out or disconnected, because you are working that metaphorical second full-time job that your ego self isn't even aware of, that it doesn't even fully comprehend. I did not expect to get into that message at all, but I really hope that reached whoever needed to hear it. And a while ago, a card did come out. And this card not only went flying off the table here, but it took me a second to find. It was out of sight. So what this tells me symbolically is the message we are going to glean from this card will be a dynamic that is hidden to you physically. This is the sacral chakra card in the reverse position. So right now I'm picking up on your divine masculine counterpart, divine feminine. And what I'm getting is your divine masculine is going through something very intense emotionally, energetically, but this is something you most likely are not seeing visibly, are not hearing about. I see someone trying to kind of shove down, to repress this whole experience. I would say these emotions, but the thing is, this masculine can't repress the emotions. What he's trying to repress is you seeing the emotions, you seeing what he's going through that he can't repress, that he can't control. So know that at times, if this masculine is withdrawing from you or isn't always in your same physical space or even in communication, this is because there's still a little bit of pride here in the sense that I don't want you to know how much I'm feeling. I don't want you to know. The word struggling is really coming out, how much I'm struggling. But I feel the reason this masculine is using the word struggling to describe what he's going through. I just saw the number 1414 on the timer. We will get to that in a second. But the reason this masculine doesn't want you to know or would use the word struggling to describe what he's going through is because that is how his human self would define experiencing the intensity of these emotions. I'm seeing my guides show me like the way this masculine's mind works is emotions equal weakness. So I want to know what emotions this masculine is feeling right now. Yeah, this masculine definitely feels as though showing emotions openly is equivalent to being weak or being vulnerable. And that's why when he finds himself experiencing all these emotions, he labels himself as weak. He sees himself as struggling, even though what's really happening spiritually and energetically is he is opening up. Yeah, he's building a new foundation with first chakra, the root chakra, in the upright position. I'm hearing back to the beginning. Okay, so this is related to the love and relationship aspect of your connection, if there is one. So for those of you who have had a love and relationship aspect, this masculine has been doing a lot of reflecting on the early stages of your connection. I'm getting like the honeymoon things. The way he would say it is when things were good. And the reason, the catalyst, what's pushing this reflection is this realization that with caring connections reversed, this is such a continuation of the last reading as well, because this card came out and I said that divine feminines, many of you felt uncared for in the physical, in the 3D, within the connection to this masculine, which did cause you to disconnect or to walk away. I see this masculine reflecting, realizing. The word realization keeps coming out here. Like, I realize I wasn't treating you the way that you deserved. I'm going back to the beginning. I keep thinking about the way that things began, because it's almost that feeling of, from his human perspective, because of course, as twin flames, there's no true beginning or ending. There is always this consistent, strong, energetic bond and connection. Now, of course, the physical manifested relationship can change, it can alter, it can have or go through perceived separations. But beneath the surface, there is always that mutually supportive, energetic bond between twins. But from this masculine's limited human perspective, he would say, the end has made me think of the beginning. So there's something about the way that you and this masculine divine feminine most recently may have spoke or disconnected. Something about the recent past with this masculine in the physical has caused him to do a lot of reflection on the beginning of this connection. But through this reflection with Healer of the Ages upright, there is a profound healing taking place within this masculine's energy fields. Garden and the gates upright. Meanwhile, he's continuing to perceive you, divine feminine, as having this metaphoric gates around yourself, specifically around your hearts. And I'm going to get more information on that. So a card came out here. Okay, so once again, a card that was really out of sight. So there's something very unseen about this. I feel like you know, divine feminine, that this masculine sees you as being a bit more closed off. Whether he's vocalized this or not, he's aware that you are focusing within. He senses this energetically. Now, for some of you listening, this focusing within the self may have also involved some kind of 3D disconnection, boundary setting, even what we call a separation between yourself and this physical masculine, but that won't be the case for everyone. Regardless, though, there is this strong self-focus coming from the divine feminine collective. And I feel that you are aware at some level, divine feminine, that your masculine feels you focusing more on yourself. What you may or may not know is the level of, with victory reversed, the hopelessness that this masculine is feeling. So in the extended version of this reading, I will be channeling more on this masculine's hidden truths, because again, I feel there's a lot here that he is not saying, because although he can't repress the emotional experience of it, he is trying to manage how he is being perceived by you and by others. So in the extended reading, we will channel more messages from this masculine, how he is feeling, thinking behind the scenes in ways that he might not be open or vocalizing to you, divine feminine, at this time. So again, the link to the extended is in the pinned comments and description box. I'm also going to quickly write that down so I don't forget to channel that. Okay, and so now we're going to be reshuffling the cards, and moving forward a bit, so I want to know what else our beautiful collective here needs to know. By the way, I usually mention this at the beginning, but I guess because time really doesn't exist at the level of energy, it doesn't really matter when, quote unquote, I mention this, because whenever you like the video or subscribe, whether it's now or at the beginning, these actions do send out an energetic transfer that does allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you, both here in this reading as well as in future reading videos. So be sure to double check that you are subscribed to the channel if you would like to receive more in-depth and personalized messages. So journey in the reverse position. Come home to yourself. For some reason, the words stop running came out. Stop running. Now, I feel some of you might know how this applies to you personally. Burnout. So someone could have been burnt out in their career, their work, a family situation, their life. That won't necessarily apply to everyone. I also heard roadblock. It almost seems like there could be something that has happened for you recently where you had to either do something differently than you've done it before, or you weren't able to go about your usual routines or usual ways of managing a certain connection, managing something about your body, about your work, about your emotions. I'm hearing like losing control for the purpose of going within. So again, you will know how these trigger words connect with you personally. And for many of you, you may have already received some kind of download or message from that. But I'm just getting that there was some kind of something that may have looked to your human self like a roadblock, like not being able to manage something in the way that you used to. But the spiritual truth behind this is it was actually divinely orchestrated to bring you back to yourself. In fact, I feel that your guides, the divine forces you personally connect with, were very involved in intentionally creating this circumstance so that you would be pushed to go within yourself, to slow down in some sense. For some reason, I'm getting for some of you, it's equivalent to like someone who runs and runs and runs all the time and then twists an ankle or gets some kind of a minor injury. And it's not that it's anything that serious, it's just that they need some time to heal. They have to spend some time with themselves. They have to stop running for a period of time just so they can fully allow something to heal. And the word I'm really getting for you, because of course this is a metaphor, and energetically speaking though, it's a time for integration. Yeah, with Magician in the Mirror upright, someone is really powerfully integrating some kind of energy shift that has already occurred within them through being pushed to slow down their life, themselves, or through being in a situation, again, where they're no longer able to manage or control something and therefore have to go within themselves. I feel that this is actually a collective theme. So this will apply both to some divine masculines and divine feminines as well. And of course, the final card to come out from the Energy Oracle before we pull a Rumi card is the Yin Yang card in the upright position. So just in these last three cards, Journey reversed, come home to yourself. Magician in the Mirror upright, this is my number 2 twin flame integration card about balancing the divine masculine and divine feminine within. And then at the very end of the reading, the twin flame card just confirming to us that we've been channeling a lot of very powerful twin flame energy. Whenever this card comes out, I often feel the need to also say, I could be speaking to someone who's been in a state of confusion, asking for or looking for a sign, wondering Is this person truly my twin flame? Am I experiencing a twin flame connection? And so for some of you, this can be a card of confirmation of twin flame energy, although of course, only your intuition knows for sure what form of soul connection you are dealing with. So the final card before we head over to the extended, by the way, in the extended, I will be channeling as well more love messages, higher self messages from both the divine masculine and divine feminine to one another, as well as many more details and channeled information from the reading. So the link to the extended is under the video. But I want to close this first reading here with the Celestial Rose of Ma card from the Rumi Oracle. And I'm just going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. The taste of bitterness becomes sweetness in love. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. Love transforms thistles into jasmine. Love layers heaven and gifts us with wings to soar into its mystery. Love transforms our every thought into a desire of the heart. O love, how divine is your luring. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Your very nature is radiant with joy. You manifest vibrant hues in every flower. Your touch dazzles all creation. Every particle is attracted toward you, longing to unite and dwell in you. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, a spiritual gift is on its way to you. The celestial rose of the Divine Mother is a precious offering of sacred love to the soul. That love can lift you beyond what you have known, beyond self-imposed limits, by the uplifting fragrance of grace. You will be open and surrendered in a way you have longed to be, but in a way you've never known quite how to go about. This spiritual gift signifies the end of a period of suffering and the opening up to a time of new opportunity, of flourishing and thriving, release of your unique soul fragrance into the world. Whatever your thorns are or have been, be willing to deal with them, face them, and most importantly, to release them without any shred of doubt, shame, guilt, or recrimination, beloved. They have served, and now their purpose has been completed. Your ready for love hearts can now be free from expectation and instead be open to life with curiosity and reverence. You have proven yourself worthy of the rose, and you are ready now to receive its beauty, healing, and grace. So I really hope something from this reading today connected with you in a meaningful way. All of you who are here listening to this reading, whether it's your first time watching one of these videos or whether you have been subscribed here for a while, know that you are a co-creator here on this channel, and I am so grateful that you've taken the time to contribute some of your powerful energy here through this virtual space we are building together. If you are resonating with these messages and you're interested in exploring the extended reading, all of the information on that is in the pinned comments and description box. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the most beautiful, wonderful rest of your day and weekends. And as always, I will see you here again on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care of your beautiful self. Continue to come home to yourself as we've been channeling so much in these recent readings. Again, it is so essential. Your guides are saying it is so essential for you to leave this reading being aware that you have an impact energetically so far reaching, so far beyond what your conscious human minds and even what those around you perceive and understand. So thank you again for being here, and I will talk to you again in Monday's reading.